Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Today I would like to do a video. It's like a goodbye video to one of my beloved bag, and she definitely deserved a proper goodbye video. And also in the same video, kind of talk to you guys a little bit more about buying and selling luxury, but also focused on more like classic pieces. So recently, I've actually sold a few of my very classic pieces, which is not something that I normally do because as you know, I buy and sell a lot of bags, and then um, there are particular reasons why I like to invest in classic model, but also in classic, more like neutral classic colors. And recently, in the recent weeks, I've actually let go of few pieces. So I want to talk to you guys about that. First of all, I'll show you guys the bag I'm about to say goodbye to. So it's this beautiful, oh my god, it's absolutely stunning um, mini Dior bag, and it still has everything um, like on the bag. It's basically not used. I did do a very quick test of the bag at one point, but it's basically a brand new bag. This is a bag that kind of started almost at the very beginning of my luxury journey. This is one of the bags that I acquired, um, and it's just been kind of sitting. So, but it's such a beautiful classic color. It's a beautiful classic kind of model, of course, so Lady Dior, and I just think it's such a cute, perfect size too. Like it could be your everyday wear. I mean, it's pretty neutral that you can pair easily with any outfit. But also, definitely something you can bring for weddings or date night or girls' night out. So it's in this champagne gold color. So it's very, very pretty. It's absolutely beautiful. It was done flawlessly. I do examine and kind of like look at it from time to time, but it's um it's just been sitting. So in addition to this beautiful bag here, I actually recently also let go my Chanel WOC. So the wallet on chain, which some of you guys might know, it's my very, very first Chanel, which has a lot of sentimental values because it was a bag from my parents as well. It's a bag that I got for myself when I turned 30 years old. Um, so it has a lot to it. Like it means a lot to me. But recently, you guys know, if you follow my journey, I have been buying and selling like on a regular basis. You guys see my unboxing video regularly, like on weekly, bi-weekly basis. I don't know, but it feels like I'm buying constantly. So it's really not sustainable for me to like only buy and not let go. I don't have the space or the bank account really to support that. And I think it comes down to whether I could live with it if I let them go and how often I'm using it. So I'm trying to keep my collection down to maybe 20, 25 pieces max. And where I live and the job that I do really doesn't allow me to even like use my bags regularly. I don't go out regularly enough to really enjoy them. So most of the time they do end up sitting on the shelf, which I kind of feel bad. Not only from the perspective of, I've spent money to do this, but also like I just feel the bags deserve a better, deserve to be used and better, like the owners who will appreciate them more. So this bag here, you guys know, I really love it, and I do think it's a great classic piece to have. But at the same time, I don't see myself reaching for it, mainly because it's such a delicate leather type. It's the lambskin, so it gets easily scratched or damage. So since my kids, I just really don't see myself being able to use this without being afraid of damaging it. Um, and also the fact I do find this bag to be more on the kind of girlier side. So the flap, it's like like it doesn't have a zipper or anything like that. It's just a leather flap that goes over the opening. And it's more of a feminine um, feminine piece to me for some reason. So like I do feel like it's very easy to style, especially in this beautiful opal gray color. It's also one of their classic colors. I think they still have them online to sell. So it's definitely a reoccurring, it's not a seasonal color. Gray is actually very Dior. It's almost like it's their classic color. So definitely something that deserve to be cherished and deserve to be collected. I've actually come across a few um, YouTubers that I like a lot who purchased this bag recently. But like I said, I just doesn't feel like it's doing the bag justice by having it sitting on the shelf all the time. So yes, so I've decided to let this go. And this is kind of my goodbye video. I really should have done one for the walk as well. And but I didn't really have time to book a video. So for the walk, I it is, like I said, it's a very like has a lot of sentimental value. But the difference between the WOC and this Dior piece is also that I've actually used the WOC quite regularly the first year, because I got it. That was really my very first luxury piece, and I got it before COVID happened. So it's I've actually had a chance to enjoy the bag a little bit more before the lockdown and everything else. And even since that, it is a very carefree bag to use. So um, I have used the WOC a lot more, like obviously compared to this one, this is not used at all. But like with a WOC, I even went to travel with it. It still held up amazingly. So the caviar leather does keep your bag new, I have to say. So from that perspective, it was I did get a chance to fully enjoy the bag, which is really nice. And it's still in very excellent, pristine condition. The only thing was the hardware had a little scratch, but nothing major, like nothing visible. And again, because at this point, if you follow my channel, I've added the mini rectangular, I've added the mini square. I really even reach out for my classic flap, which all had very similar aesthetics. So you have your metal, your chain. I'll show you guys a few pieces I have. But essentially, I was finding the WOC doing a lot of the similar, it's giving me similar kind of styling or similar colors to my other Chanel pieces that I have. So this mini reissue, which I adore, I actually find myself reaching for this one a little bit more frequently because it's very low key. So not a lot of people actually know what this is. So I can feel relatively comfortable bringing this to work. And then on other cases, I will just use my, classic Chanel mini or my mini or my classic flap. So I just find there are just too many of the similar pieces. It was hard. I have to say it was really, really hard to let go the Chanel, but I do feel like, it's, if I've ever really do want one, I'll probably end up getting another one, but maybe like on the secondhand market as opposed to from retail. So that's another thing I consider when I'm letting go these pieces. It's more like, if I really regret or I feel bad about letting them go, can I still get another one? Maybe I probably wouldn't go for a full price retail bag, but I could potentially get a vintage one or a brand new secondhand one, potentially for a reasonable price. And I feel like if I'm really pushed to the point that I feel desperate and regretting those decisions, there are ways I could get them back. And also the other thing I consider is the value I'm selling these in. So for both bags, I'm not losing money when I'm making these sales, which is also pretty impressive in this economy. So I think, that also plays a big factor. The other one I'm considering is, like I said, because they are just sitting on the shelves, not being used, I kind of don't feel like it's justified. And if you guys know me, I'm very much into the whole like vintage Birkin Kelly buying. So I rather have funds kind of going towards that, saving towards those things, as opposed to having these ones just laying around. Another big factor, and for those of you who are considering buying or selling, I think it's opportunity. So I do think opportunity is very important. when it comes to luxury dealing, because there isn't always a buyer who's ready to pay you thousands of dollars, and who can have a very smooth transaction with you. As a seller, often what happens is the buyer has to trust you enough to send you the funds prior for you to send them the bags, which is a huge trust. Like, I find myself, like, I don't think I find myself able to trust someone that easy. So it's not, those opportunities are not always easy to come by. And same thing with buying. Like, you don't always come across the best deals of a bag every day too. So I think just having the funds ready when there is an opportunity to buy versus also, letting go the bag when there's an opportunity, like when there's a good buyer out there for you as well. Those factors are important to me as well. But I would like to do I'm actually thinking about doing a series of um, a video on luxury buying and selling, but focused on secondhand buying and selling. I want to do a little part on like consignment stores, a part on vintage buying, and maybe a separate part on just like dealing with personal buyer and shoppers. So if you're interested, stay tuned and come back to visit. And during those videos, obviously, I'll be showing you guys the item I've acquired through different avenues, which I think would be a helpful information to share with all your luxury lovers. So that's it for today. And this is just, like I said, more of a dedicated video to say goodbye to this beautiful Dior bag. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.